Hello, this is Zoe, and this is not my playthrough of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. I just wanted to run around Majula a little bit while I explain what's been going on and why there haven't been any other episodes. 3 weeks ago, we switched over to a new internet service provider, and we didn't have any internet after that. Uh, the technician, basically, he showed up, he worked for a few minutes, he left, he went back to the office, he called up about 30 minutes later, says, is the internet working? I said, no, it's not. He says, alright, I'll be back. He showed up, he worked for about 10 minutes, and then he said, don't worry, it'll be back on in 20 or 30 minutes, and that didn't happen. It wasn't really the technician's fault. The internet service provider had some sort of strike against my husband's financial code, codici fiscale in Italian, and so the account couldn't be set up under his name anyway. Problem two was that the line here at our house is too old for a proper internet connection, which is why it was so freaking slow through Vodafone. So we fixed the problem with the account by switching it over to my name and to my fiscal code, and then another technician came out and worked on the line, and he worryingly told us pretty much the same thing. Don't worry, in 20 or 30 minutes the modem will work, but it actually ended up starting to work before he left. So I did a test using Absolver to streaming from the PS4, and that's working pretty good. The video quality is much better. I'm going to need to practice a lot in Absolver to get back into it, because I did like 3 combat trial test matches, and I got my ass handed to me in all 3 of them. So clearly I need to practice some before I can start doing combat trials for streaming. And then also I'm gonna start uploading the Dark Souls 2 videos that I'd pre-recorded. So there's actually going to be come a point in the recordings where I'm liable to be playing pretty badly, and that's because after the internet went down, I went to play a different character. This character right here. You can see I'm doing my sweet cosplay, trying to distract the bad guys with my tetes. That's black leather boots, desert sorceress gloves, and desert sorceress bra, and thieves mask, and dragon shield, longbow. It's all the good stuff. And then I've got the Drake Slayer axe. So it's this was a pretty good setup. I beat the game using this without doing the DLC. So basically, I had to fight Nashandra and Aldia without using the crowns to beat the curse effect. But it worked out pretty well. And so this is here. I'll go to the bonfire. You can see begin journey 2. So yeah, I mean, I completely beat the game in that time, and then after that I loaded up Dark Souls 3, and let me tell you what, Dark Souls 3 without an NVIDIA graphics card is pretty shit. I've had to lower the resolution down all the way to 800 by 600 and set all the graphic settings to their absolute lowest possible settings, turned off anthropotropic filters, everything. Just everything had to be turned off in order to be able to get a frame rate that wasn't chugging along at like 10 frames a second. But ended up with a setup that I could at least play on, so I beat Dark Souls 3 again. And So yeah, so when I come back to Dark Souls 2, there's liable to be some of a learning curve again for the timings for everything, because I'm once again used to Dark Souls 3 timings. I'll begin uploading the Dark Souls 2 videos later today. I just wanted to post a video explaining why there was a long gap, and now that leads me to the final topic for this video. We are moving out to the country in February, possibly even January, and that will likely mean that there's going to be at least one more 2 to 3 week time period where we don't have internet, because they will need to swap everything out to the country. The house we're moving into does have a DSL connection already set up, but obviously when we go in, the providers are going to have to switch the line, play with the numbers and everything. So again, I apologize for all of this, but ultimately I feel like it's going to be a good thing. Moving out to the country means we have a much lower rent. I'll get to see the stars again. I'm so looking forward to that. I really am. Anyway, so yeah, during these couple of months, I have a lot of games that I'm looking forward to playing. Now that I can stream properly, I can use the PS4. I'm going to be playing Horizon Zero Dawn on hard mode, New Game Plus hard mode. I've got, on the PC, I've got Dragon Age Origins loaded up, and as soon as I've got my video card, that should be happening next week. I should be able to get a new NVIDIA GT 1030. And so I won't have to worry about ugly PC settings anymore. Let's see what else. Over on the PS4, I've got Absolver. I've got Absolver on the PC as well, so there could be two entirely different sets of Absolver videos there. PS4, I've got Salt and Sanctuary. I'm looking forward to doing a cleric's run in Salt and Sanctuary over there. There's going to be a lot of variety in the next couple of months in what games are played. So it won't all be Dark Souls all the time. But there still will be Dark Souls, because in addition to finishing up Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, I've got Dark Souls 3. I am not going to be doing a deprived run on Dark Souls 3. I am actually thinking about doing a Herald, because I've been having fun doing a practice run with that, and I still suck at parries. I mean, I managed to learn how to do it in Dark Souls 1, but when it comes to Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, I still suck at parries. So I don't really know if you're going to see too many parries from me. Now that I'm back online, I also hope to be able to do some invasions. Not me invading other people, but me actually having invasions, and then see how that works out. There's been 2 invasions in Dark Souls 2, and both times I failed to record it, and so hopefully that will change. This character is named Meat Puppet, and I wanted to show off one last thing before I leave the game. You can see I stopped at level 150 and started using the oh well, I don't have it on right now because I changed for the boss fight. That's right, I did that. But I bought the ring from Strain to block soul progression. And this character, Meat Puppet, I am likely going to be wandering around various levels of Dark Souls 2, looking for PvP encounters, whoever I can manage to get to invade me, you know, that sort of thing. And also, I may even get crazy and try invasions myself. So that's what Meat Puppet is all about. She's my first attempt at making a PvP character. So she's level locked at 150. She's got a relatively low soul memory. Should be good. She's also got a great collection of weapons. Let me show you my weapons. Let me show you them. So yeah, Dragonlike Sword +5, which I've never really upgraded it to the fullest level. It turns out it's pretty fantastic. I got an Uchi Katana +10. Not a whole lot of elemental weapons, and I'm finding that as I play through the game, there's quite a few weapons that I just want the +10 or the +5, and that's it. I do have the Pursuer's Ultra Great Sword +5, which that is also lots of fun to use. And so yeah, I guess that's it. And Winged Spear +10, right? So yeah, that's it. I apologize for the long delay. You are gonna start seeing more videos from me again, and there's going to be a lot more variety in the next coming weeks. I wish I could say that I'm going to be streaming all the time, but I also have a side job, paid writing gig that I need to be working on this month, so there's still going to be fairly limited streams because I've got to stay working on the writing stuff first because it pays well, and this right now is just a hobby. Anyway, thank you for watching, and as I said, later today the next episode of the Dark Souls 2 run will be going up, and thank you for watching, and I hope you'll tune in next time.